Live? Yeah, I think live. Okay, yep. Live and okay. So we've got that. We've got that. Bring that up. I'm gonna see if we can put this over here. I found out that it was on the last stream. I kept unmuting my YouTube preview window, and I found out it was because this headphone is pressing in on my earbud, so anytime I adjust it, it can hit the play button. Anyway, we're here to play Mega Man 6. I know we played 5 just recently, but I had another free evening, so I figured let's get 6 out of the way. I won't go into the whole background of everything. If you want to hear why I'm playing Mega Man, you can watch 5 from, I don't know, over the weekend, I think it was. No, last week? Anyway, recently. But we're going to do 6. This is my first time doing 6 on NES. I've done it on... Is my controller now? Okay. I've done it on 3DS on the Legacy Collection before. And maybe on the Legacy Collection on other consoles, I can't quite remember. But I just wanted to do them on... Oh, yeah, maybe I'll tell you why I'm playing them anyway. So hopefully you haven't left to go watch 5 already. But I figured I'd finally get in on... Oh boy, first enemy getting hit. Playing it on NES, just because, I've got the cartridges. I've played lots of Mega Man my whole life, or I guess a little bit of a lot of Mega Mans, where I'd only beaten a couple of them before I started in on this. So I wanted to make a little bit more focused effort, especially with Fake 12 coming out soon. Not soon. Sometime next year, maybe. I wanted to, make sure I've, as much as possible, as much as turns out to be possible, beaten the other 11. Ideally on their original host platforms where possible, but where maybe not possible, just on the Legacy Collection. So that's what we're up to. I'm starting with Flame Man here, not because I love Flame Man. A little bit because I don't love Flame Man. But a little bit because I want to get the power adapter as soon as possible. Oops. In fact, Flame Man is one of the bosses I have the most trouble with. I can, and I have, beaten all the bosses on 6 with just Mega Buster. So I'm not, super worried, but I am a little bit worried about embarrassing myself. Sometimes I'm better at reading when he's gonna toss the fire versus shoot up the fire pillars. Sometimes, I'm a little bit better at the timely jumps so the pillar doesn't hit me. Sometimes I'm better at spacing so the pillar doesn't hit me, but a lot of times I just get whacked a bunch. Not bad. That was probably one of my better... Have I been saying Fireman or Flame Man, and which one is correct? The mysteries of Mega Man past 1 and 2. I guess even past 1, right? Is it flame or fire or heat or what are the other ones? Okay. Off to Blizzard Man. I like these little intros we get in Mega Man 6. When I'm practicing, I'm like, yeah, I know. Like, I've seen this before, let me skip this cutscene, or whatever. It's really quite charming. So I try not to be angry about it. Okay. I don't have a spectacular record of success with that life, but I'm usually pretty good at it. I swear, I promise. So I figured I'd try, but lives are cheap, so not a huge deal. Now, if I had missed an E-Tank, that would maybe be something to be concerned about. Oh, nope, I missed that life too. But again, labs are cheap. I remain optimistic that I won't need too terribly many of them. Oh, come on. Oh, we're gonna get him back. Okay, let's stop sliding around and just kind of pay attention. YouTube is YouTubing. Sorry, my bitrate was a little low, so I just wanted to make sure it was still doing the thing. Yeah, it's fine. I don't want to waste my Fire Blast here. Although I'm pretty sure it's good against these guys. Alright, I do want I want to F-blast this man. I don't think anything is in these blocks, but I always like to break them open just for fun. Sure, bro. Okay. Not having a great time lives-wise right now. But we'll be all right. And the nice thing, one of the things I really liked about... Oh my god! Really getting in my head about this ice. One of the things I really like about Mega Man 6 is that it does, I mean, I know you can do it in all of the Mega Manses, but it seems more possible than in any of the other ones I've played to take out all of the bosses with just the Mega Buster. Which is great, because I'm not doing great work with my F-Blast here. Not over. Alright. Yeah, I mean, and I've in Mega Man 6 in my practicing, I did all of the Robot Masters with just the Mega Buster, which is not something I've done in any of the other ones, so either they're a lot easier in Mega Man 6, or I've been getting better through playing the prior 5, or both. Maybe both. But certainly some of them, like, here we go with Plant Man, some of these bosses are just pushovers anyway. Luckily his stage here a little bit makes up for it. Come on. Okay. We've been going for a few minutes, so I just want to make sure, check in on the audio. Oh, this I need to fast forward it. Sorry, I keep stopping the action here to do this. I did this a bunch in Mega Man 5 as well, but... yeah, this is sounding pretty good. Alright. Where is my other window that I need? And okay. This goes back over my ear so I can hear things. Every time I go into that prior room, I'm like, wow, I don't remember Eddie being here, but it's not an Eddie room, it just looks like it. It's a man jumps on you room. Oh, this is an Eddie room though, right? Yeah. Hey, bud. You got a life? No. I don't think I used any... I don't like that you can't, Sorry, I keep saying two things I don't like. One, I don't like how that Eddie room you can't choose your item by entering and leaving a bunch. But two, I don't like that I pressed jump and Mega Man didn't jump, because that is the second time in this stream that happened. Which has me a little bit worried I'll be doing surgery on this NES controller at some point soon. I've heard negative things about Plant Man's stage from reading on the internet. I forgot I need that out anyway. But I don't mind it so much. I don't know. It's certainly it's not my favorite of Mega Man 6. But like, it's cool. It's got some cool stuff. It's got these cool springs. And a lot of the bullshit it had. Oh my god. It's gonna have to revise my opinion there in real time, but it all worked out. All of the other bullshit it has is bullshit that other stages have too. So I can't be too mad at it. I guess maybe you don't often get all of the bullshit all in one stage, but I don't know. Okay, we're gonna get this. Alright. The first and only time I've ever had trouble with that. The first time I played this level, I thought for sure that those, like, flower platforms would immediately reclose when I jumped on them, but they don't. And maybe that's why I'm not so mad at the stage, because I thought it was going to be a lot worse. But I must have made a big mistake there. Yeah, I thought it was going to be a lot worse. I thought those flower platforms were just going to close the second I jumped on one and I wouldn't have time. Even that maybe wouldn't be so bad. Who are we, Plant Man? But I don't know. I like that stage well enough. I like the way he doesn't like to come into this corner. I was hopeful I was going to be able to get a second shot off because he was all the way over there, but lots of iframes. Really got to figure out what's going on with my good mic. I really wanted to use it. I tried it again. It worked fine for a couple streams, but in the middle of, what was I playing, Jumpman Jr. or something? Or no, I was still on River Raid. I was doing River Raid for Evercade Katie's Challenge. And it just started skipping, and I'm not sure what the deal is. So I gotta investigate some more. It's only on YouTube. It's not on the it's not on the OBS monitor. I guess I haven't tried other applications on my computer, but it's almost like, I don't know, OBS was trying to output it twice. On two different devices, but I don't have another unmuted microphone. Well, I certainly don't now, but I don't think I did at that time either. But yeah, I gotta figure out either something's fucked. It can't be the hardware, right? It can't be Can't be the hardware, it can't be the USB cable, so it doesn't seem like a get a new mic situation. But I gotta figure out... I guess it would probably show up on OBS recordings as well if it were something to do with the output settings, as opposed to the devices, but... You know what, Eddie? I think I'm hoping for a life here rather than an E-tank, which is unusual. But if you can help me out with a life... Thanks, bud. Hopefully I've gotten over whatever sort of jitters I had, and I'm not going to be dying quite so stupidly anymore, but I'm getting another life up here anyway. Oh no, it's an E-tank up here. Alright, that's fine then. Do I have anything? Let's top off that blast, I guess. I really like the branching paths here in Mega Man 6. When I first played through, I didn't know what the point of them was, in so much as there is a point. But I always, I guess, chose correctly. My first time I made it through the Robot Masters, I had all of the beat parts, and I didn't realize that there was a world in which I might not have. So, like, I mean, I guess it makes sense, right, that you're always going to go for the... Essentially, they turn out to be rush adapter checks. So you're always going to go for the one that's hidden behind the gate, right? As long as you can, as long as you have the rush adapter. So it makes sense, but I didn't realize that I was fighting, quote-unquote, fighting a different boss, depending on which path I took. Oh, I still wanted my jetpack. Okay, we're doing what? We're doing Tomahawk Man? Is that right? Yeah, because I fought all those cowboy robots. Got the B parts. I think there's a life up top that I want to grab, right? You have to get in one last hit, huh? Another thing I've really enjoyed about Mega Man 6. Man, I don't want to give all these away before we're done the Robot Masters. I'm not going to have anything to talk about during... Sorry, I did that thing again where I pressed jump, but it didn't jump. I'm just setting up my excuses for later, when my performance falls apart. Oops, I forgot that would stick around for so long. I was saying a thing, and then I started saying a second thing, and then I started saying a third thing. The first thing I was saying was that I really like how the rush adapters work in this game. If you watched my Mega Man 5 video, I lamented, I guess, how inessential, not exactly the right word, but how relatively inessential the rush adapters were, because you needed them to traverse some short sections. But games before that had sections where it was like, you're gonna use all of your rush fuel for this section, and if you die, you're spending a lot of time farming, or you're game overing to get back here. Where Mega Man 5 had the same sort of setup for rush, but none of the places you had to use them were like you were on the edge of your seat. Whereas this, you're not really on the edge of your seat as far as running out of fuel forever and like dreading having to go back. Who am I fighting here? I know what weapon I need, but I don't remember who I'm fighting. Oh yes, Yamato Man. Wait. Oh boy. Things are not going well so far. That was messy. I was trying to remember and to complete my thought while I was trying to remember Yamato Man's patterns. Yeah, so like Mega Man 5 had those spots where you got the rush adapters, and but like you were only using little bits of it at a time, and you never really had to worry about what happens if I run out. So I think 6 balances that pretty well by giving you just like short bursts of power at a time. You're not going to run out of jetpack forever, but as long as you make your jump, you're going to continue to have jetpack for the next jump. But if you don't make your jump, because you took a little bit too long, or you were at the wrong angle, or you started falling too fast and you weren't able to catch yourself, there's real peril in that, and real like, oh no, what if I do this badly? Where in Mega Man 5 there was no like real risk of doing a rush thing badly. That's probably not true. I'm probably misremembering because it's been a week since I've played it, but that's how it feels to me. I swear I remember how these enemies work. So I like that you get to use the rush adapters kind of frequently in this one. Aside from the cutscene, which can get a little annoying. I like how useful rush is in this one. Eddie, what do you got for me? I think I still I could use the health. I'm not gonna lie, I could use the health, but I think I'd still rather an E-Tank. Because I mean, a health's a bit of health, but an E-Tank is a full bar of health, so if I can do that, why wouldn't I? No, you're not going to give it to me? Someday. Oh, I guess I should go back in. Ha! Thank you, sir. What do we get out here? Alright. Forgot we had another E-Tank right past, so we're gonna start burning E-Tanks. Or I can just start using them for no reason. Hopefully I don't start actually needing them. Ouch. I don't know why, but this pit always... I've never once fallen into it that I remember, but every time I go to jump over it, I'm like, this is the time that I'm gonna fall into it. I've got a cat next to me as usual. She stole my seat right before the stream as usual, so I had to go into the other room and get the worst seat as usual. The 8 parts. Okay. Cutting it a little close there with some of these jumps. Yes. F-Blast these dudes don't like. Yeah. Yeah, let me just walk into your bullet. Eddie. Guess I'll take a life. Soon I'll have more lives that I know what to do with as well. Yeah, let's stop trying to farm. I'll just take the E-Tank. Never did figure out what these guys hate. Probably F-Blast as well, if I had to guess, but... Okay, I'm just gonna... I'll see you later. Squidly. And maybe I could have used that help. We got Centaur Man coming up. That's probably fine. Just gotta do the stay in the middle. Well, towards the middle so that the reflected things don't hurt me. And then try to time it right when he tries to teleport on top of me. So I'm not putting him where I want to be, but I'm not letting him spawn into me. Like that. That was a little bit too late. Could have been worse, could have been better. Sea Flash. Yes, thank you. I understand. Flashy screen. I've also, on the last stream, I had some scan lines on because it looks better on my monitor with it, and it looked okay in the YouTube preview window too, but when I went back and watched the whatever YouTube call it, I don't need to be in here, why am I doing that? When I went back and watched the actual like archived video or whatever YouTube calls it, it just looked gross, so I went ahead and turned that off. Now all those people complaining about the Plant Man level should be talking about this level instead. Because this is some bullshit. Not bad. I was gonna say, did I have an E-Tank to waste, but I have full health, so maybe I should have taken a couple hits from those flying cannons, so I could have used the E-Tank. Huh. Oof. That could have been bad. Jeez. Okay. Oh, my monitor has turned off because it decided... You know what, I guess I have it paused for like, or have the screensaver paused for like full screen video or something, but maybe it doesn't work just with OBS running. Top off the old health. Even though we don't even need to technically face Windman here. We can just constantly slide away and C-flash him. Didn't even try to throw things at me. Window to stay there. I want that window to stay there. Okay. Off to see our friend, Mr. Dr. X. He's got a cool fortress or laboratory or whatever you want to call it. That one. Ooh, cut that corner a little close. Okay, trying to remember here. You want to jump on the left one. No, because those go left and right. I want to jump on the bottom one, and then jump on the top one, and then jump on the bottom one, and then jump on the top one. Well, at least it's not a fall to death. I'll take a fall to the screen immediately below without... Does this reset the... Okay, good. I'll take a fall immediately below with very little threat. Nope. 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 Okay, let's try this again. So, it's a jump, it's a jump, it's a fall, it's a jump. Okay. I guess I should keep. And I have the energy balancer, so I don't need to waste a bunch of time. Okay, all the lives we could ever want. Now we're maxed out on everything except for our current life. Which is not a bad place to be halfway through the game. Oh, I should have just kept Pow Man on, right? Because these are the rounders. You're coming around this way. Oh, you don't turn around when you're the only one left? You do turn around when you're the only one left. Whatever. Off to a great start here. Off to a real great start. Man. I can just punch these guys, right? Man. Gonna use meat. Because the little hard hat fuckers. Okay. This is the boss fight I always feel the most cheaty about. Because I'm just standing there and taking a bunch of hits and not even trying to avoid them. I was gonna say, do I even need that? But yes, because I used it after failing to fight those hard hat dudes. I think I can get that without a jet, but the way my jumps have been going this evening, I'm not gonna chance it. I don't know the most correct weapon to use here, but I always have good luck with Plant Barrier. I assume I'm meant to use the Silver Tomahawk, since he's above me, but... Okay, here we are. The part of the game I am the worst at by a wide margin. So I'm gonna take it real slow. Real slow. I don't know why, but sometimes that takes me literally forever. I don't remember what the difference is here. I assume I'll want to POW my way through here, but I honestly can't recall what the different path is. Maybe it doesn't super matter. I want to get out of the way so I can collect that little health dot. Oh yeah, these end at like basically the same place, right? That's the... Oops. Pretty sure these end at basically the same place. Yeah. This is why I didn't remember. A couple little bits of health. I won't say no. Alright, and we've got more... Not a lot more of this, though, right? Your positioning suggests I should use F-Blast, but I don't think that does anything, yeah. Alright, well, let's just avoid you. Well, maybe that's where I get into trouble. Okay. Whoa! Oh-ho! Okay. That was a close one. What do we got coming up? Yeah, I don't know. Some of the Mr. Xbox bosses are kind of cool, but that one is not one of the cool. It looks cool. Same with the. I mean, I guess if I'm fighting the piston properly, maybe that is a good fight, but that one wasn't great. And then if I'm fighting the mech guy, right, maybe that's actually fun, and I'm just doing it the lazy way. Okay. I don't remember when and where I get fill-ups on things. Do these all fill up before the Wily fights? I assume they do, but I'll just make sure to top off the Tomahawk while I'm here. Guess I could just jet up, right? Nope. Over. Over. Oh. Stuff lives in these, but probably not stuff I need. Let the energy balancer figure that out. No, I won't. I'll just grab some B attack. don't need that E-tank, but there's some energy down at the bottom that I want to grab. Might as well collect the energy tank, but it ain't gonna do anything for me. I can punch these boxes. I don't know why I'm terrified of jumps. I do know why I'm terrified of jumps. Jump, jump, jump. Okay. I think I just keep hitting it on the side a little bit. I'm gonna save my F-Blast. I was gonna say I can just take this dude out. This is another case where I don't remember what the divergent paths are. Oh yes, I do remember this a little bit. There's just a bunch of these dudes. No, you can just explode. You're fine. Same with you. Same with you. And then we get another room with the turrets and little birdies. Yeah. I don't need that E-tank currently. I kind of want to just let Beat take care of these fuckers. Can't win them all. Ow. Ow. Thanks, Beat. I'm glad they brought Beat. Oh, it was just in time to run out, too. I'm glad they brought Beat back, even if he, I think, has less utility than in 5. Certainly none of the bosses I tried to fight with him have been much of anything. Ow. Courtesy of the mysterious Mr. X. Dr. Wily! Now let's see who you really are. Good. I don't want to repeat the embarrassment of Mr. X stage. I guess maybe a little bit here. Jesus. Okay, only minor embarrassment. Only minor embarrassment. Only minor embarrassment. Only minor embarrassment. Okay. Oh. Jesus. Oh my god. Nope, you gotta jump when I press the jump button, Mega Man. Okay. Okay. So, what we're gonna do here is kill this guy, because I don't need him fucking things up. This is an area of very important jumps that I've been dreading since beginning this. I don't think I need to be Jetman yet, but... Oh! I definitely shouldn't be Jetman yet. Okay. Okay, a little bit better. Okay. Don't need to get in my head about this. Just need to do a little hippity hop. And actually, I should also be able to kill you guys without being... Okay. Yeah, this is the thing I have been dreading. I guess I don't need all of the pickups that I'm missing out on. I'm basically maxed out on E-Tanks. I am maxed out on E-Tanks. I'm basically maxed out on lives. I have plenty of all of the weapons that I need. I really gotta fix the power settings on my computer here. Okay, we did it. And we did it in one. Now I just need to not fuck up the collecting all of my things. I don't really need that. It's just life. I thought somewhere... Oh yeah, it's on the way down, right? There's a bunch of energy pickups. Okay. I know I have the balancer, but I just want to be sure we're topping off the most important things. Which again, aren't very many things. Yeah, fine, let's top off plant. And then F blast. I don't think there's any other spike traps. I think this falls right to... Alright, what is... No, because pressing that... I ran into an issue with jumping again, and now I'm just, like, freaked out. Can I... No, I can't come back. Okay. Eek. I don't think I need Windstorm for anything. Certainly not for this boss. But I did waste a bunch of it on that dude. It makes the Flame, Fire, Heat Man fight a little bit easier. Come on, bro. Thank you. Jeez. Oh, hey, Sean. Yes, we're just wrapping up, hopefully. I don't want to jinx things here, but we are nearing the end, if not going to successfully get to the end. Okay, we don't need that E-Tank. This has a bunch of curling guys. That's alright. You can get all your backseat driving out when we do the rematches here. Oh, I guess I don't get to choose what I'm topping up here, just let the balancer do it for me. Very carefully top up my life. Yes. Flash, flash, flash. Yeah, I was saying earlier, I appreciate the way it's slightly different in 5 and 6, where I feel like in the earlier games, it's like the boss is immediately dead once you know their weakness. I feel like in the later ones, you have a little bit more of a chance to take him down with the Mega Buster if you want, or it's still like a fight. Even if you know the weakness. I mean, less of a fight, but... I could probably use that, huh? Okay, are there any I want to be sure to get? I guess I'll do Windstorm because he makes... Yeah. I have plenty of... Yeah, sure. Okay, everything's close enough so I can just let everything else get balanced out. I know you want me to use the Silver Tomahawk here, Mega Man. I'm trying to save it. Okay. I'm pretty well topped up with everything, so... I guess let's look at the map. Yamato Man. It's gonna be... Oh man, he's going right for the throws, huh? Alright. Lizard Man. Oh, I read it wrong. Oh, this is just... I'm too zoomed in, so the map is showing me incorrect information. Plant Man, indeed. I know you're afraid of this corner, Plant Man. Nightman. Centaur Man. I did do all these bosses with the Mega Buster on 3DS. Oh. Turn away to look at chat, and suddenly I'm frozen in place. Which boss was it Centaur Man or was it whoever I fought before? I didn't see when the message came in. Oh, Nightman. Oops. Too soon. Okay. Yeah, maybe. Maybe that's the titular Flash. Where are we? Lower right. Tomahawk Man. Tomahawk Man. Tomahawk Man is Plant Barrier. Although I think this is one of the ones that I actually had an easier time fighting with the Mega Buster, just because I could stand further away and see what the hell he was about to throw. Blizzard Man. Okay, moving right along. Now it's time for... Oh, come on. Really I gotta open up this controller this weekend or something. Yeah, right? I don't know why Blizzard Man isn't the Canadian one. Okay. I want to remember... I got plenty of Silver Tomahawk anyway, but never hurts to top it off. The first game, they give you something to kind of farm right before Wily, and I don't need to farm anything. Hi, Eddie. What do you got? One last E-Tank. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. I knew they did the design competition, but yeah, this was the first global one. That's kind of cool that they kind of worked it into the story. That's interesting. I think I'm going to save some of my Tomahawk for Phase 3, just in case. Oh, and I wasted time. Oh. Okay, let's swap over now. I wish Beat would just do this guy for me. Because I can't... Oh my god, I jumped. I can't aim this tomahawk for shit. Oh, you know what? I'm getting a little bit better. Third or fourth time through here. Alright, not bad. And now we execute Dr. Wily. Oh no, we just sent him to jail. Sentenced to prison for his crimes. All right. Now we're off the NES and moving on to SNES for 7 someday. Maybe I'll take a break from Mega Man for a little bit after... My goal was to do the 11 of them in a year, and here we are less than 2 months into the year and I'm halfway through. I know, I'm sure some of the later ones are going to take me longer, but I'm likely going to run out sooner than later. Good Mega Man games, yeah. I really did. It was interesting seeing, like I keep saying, I'd played a little bit of all of the Mega Mans, whether, you know, on the NES or, you know, on the Legacy collections. And it's interesting, you know, you hear from people, from YouTubers, from whatever, like, oh, you know, all the Mega Man games are bad, or like, only the first 2 are good, but, or like they started falling off at 4, but I like 4, 5, and 6. I assume it's a bit of recency here, but I really like 6. Some of the bosses, some of the Robot Masters certainly are a little bit easier than maybe they could be, but I really like the level design, I really like the platforming in 6, and I was talking about it before you joined. I like the way they did the rush adapters here, where you're not gonna, like, run out of power. Like I was saying on 5, like, I liked on earlier games where they had a lot more you could do with Rush, and like you would do a whole screen with Rush, but then you would get to a point where it's like, okay, I died and now I have to farm up energy to be able to do that screen again. I like the sort of the compromise here where it's like you have your jetpack, it has a little bit of power each time, so you don't need to worry about running out forever, but you still need to worry about running out on a specific jump. That seemed like a cool compromise. Okay. Mega Man 8 is a nightmare. That's good to know. I was, when I got the disc, I don't have it out anymore. I got the disc, so I could be ready to play it, and it certainly seems like it, but I appreciate the all of the anime cutscenes and the voice acting, so I can at least enjoy that, even if maybe the actual game is a nightmare. Okay, well, I don't know if I need to let these credits play out. I haven't eaten dinner yet, so I'm gonna run off and go get some dinner. Obviously, feel free to rewind and watch the rest of it if you want. Otherwise, I will catch you later. See ya.